Bonjour, my name is David DeVere. I'm a wine educator and traveler, and you're watching Savvy Nomad TV. This is the eau de vie edition. This is day 15 of the Costco Wine Adventure Box. I don't know about you, but for me, day 13 and 14 were a couple of winners. The box has been on a roll, 288s. Can we get to a 90-point scale? 90, 90, 90. Maybe number 15 will be our number 90. Silver cap. What is it going to be? It's probably going to be white. Yep. Macabeo. Back to Spain we go. You might have noticed now, as we're here at day 15, there are a lot of grape varieties that are named one thing in one place and another thing in another place. And today's wine, the Macabeo, is no different. Technically speaking, the Macabeo is what they call this grape in France, although there's a bunch of different other spellings, Macabeo, Macabeo. In Catalonia, they call it Macabeo. Now that's the Barcelona area of Spain, but up in Rioja, they call this Vura. I'll put that word here. Here's the wine. That's what it looks like. Macabeo. Now, in the Rioja region, this is, if you go back a couple days, you remember we had our Tempranillo, and I talked a lot about Riojas there. In the Rioja region, they make a still wine, meaning non-sparkling, Macabeo like this, but they call it Vura. And that will be listed as white Rioja on the label. Now, there they age it in oak, and this is kind of an age-worthy white. Most white wines do not age particularly well, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, and that's it. Some whites, like Sauvignon Blanc, you want to drink those usually right away unless they're aged in a little bit of oak. That oak is kind of a preservative, but still a oaked Sauvignon Blanc, which you would get out of California, known as a Fumé Blanc, or out of Bordeaux, which is just known usually as Graves, that's the one you see mostly, still needs to be drunk within 1 to 2 years of the vintage date. If you're getting older Sauvignon Blancs than that, you probably don't want to drink them. They're just going to lose their fruity character. Macabeo, treated in oak, can last a little bit longer. We're talking that 5-year range, maybe 6 years. I'm not really sure. I haven't drank a lot of white Riojas. Just only in the last decade have we started to even see those white Riojas getting exported to the US. Now, where we see Macabeo a lot, and probably where you've had Macabeo before, is in sparkling wine. The Spanish make a sparkling wine that they call cava, and it's a blend of 3 grapes. The grapes are Macabeo, Parellada, and Torello. Those words are now here for you to look at. They blend those 3, and they make a sparkling wine, cava, and that's made in the Catalonian region of Spain. There you go. Cava is a good alternative to expensive French champagne if you've got a party that you're hosting and you want to have sparkling wine and you need a lot of it and you're bulking, like I would, at the price of $40, $50 champagne. Cava has got you covered because you can get a bottle of cava for $10 or less. Again, also, the Italians make sparkling wine that's inexpensive, and that's known as Prosecco, but those use different grapes. Okay, Macabeo is grown all over Spain, Extremadura, Aragon, Navarre. It's blended into some sherries in the south of Spain, and of course, It is used in Catalonia. Where is our example from? Who knows? Anywhere, everywhere, Spain. It's kind of generic. So there's Macabeo. Let's open up the bottle and taste it. Okay, temperature time. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to say it's 59 degrees. It's 58 degrees. That's a good temperature. Maybe a little tiny bit warm, but not really. It's just fine. 55 is the magic number. And I might hear you saying to me, how do I get 55? An ice bucket and a little bottle like this, probably 3 minutes. So ice, water, bucket, bottle, 3 minutes, you're done. A full-size bottle, 7 minutes is usually my go-to number. But if you've got, who knows what your starting temperature is for your wine. So if your wine is 70 degrees, you might need more than 7 minutes. If it's 60 degrees, you're going to need less than 7 minutes. So the science, so precise, of serving temperature, not even close to precise. You can almost, eventually you will learn that you can feel the bottle and you can tell, okay, this wine is a proper temperature for service. All right. Macabeo is light, fruity, low acid, easy drinker. Should be it should be smooth. I mentioned Sauvignon Blanc earlier. Sauvignon Blanc's high acid, so it's sharp in the mouth. It's a little bit biting, but Macabeo should just be smooth and soft. That's the number or the concept we're kind of looking for. Okay, I've filled out the top of my tasting card here. Interestingly, the alcohol percentage is 11.5%. So it is kind of lower on the alcohol percentage, which makes sense. I hope it is soft. That would be lovely. Okay, let's take a look at it. If I was at a blind taste test, I would guess Chardonnay. It looks like it's had a little bit of some type of oak influence. I don't really know if it has. Yellow and medium, those are my colors. Oak influence here in a white wine would show up as maybe coconut or maybe some type of vanilla, but coconut's the dead giveaway for an oaked white. Let's see what we get for aroma. Oh, it smells nice. It's peaches. It smells a little bit sweet, a little bit honey-like. Oh, it smells good. I'm going to write honey and peach. And I'm going to give it a 9 for aroma. It smells really nice. It smells clean. It looks clean. That's what we want. Okay, let's taste it. Okay, going through my chart, it's dry. There is not a hint of sweetness there. It is a medium full body. It's got a big mouthfeel, a big presence. The acidity has a nice finish in the acidity. There is a tingly dancing thing on either side of my tongue, and I'm salivating. Soft? Is it soft? No, I wouldn't necessarily say so. I will go with, it's kind of in between fresh and smooth as my concepts here on the acidity chart. So I'm going to circle both fresh and smooth, and I'm going to give it an 8 for acidity. That acidity is nice. Now, balance. This is the play between the sugars, the acids. There's no tannins here, so we don't have to worry about that. The balance seems good. Kind of want to take another sip, so that's always a good indicator that I like the wine. I'm going to say, is it a 9 for perfectly balanced? or is it an 8? I don't really want to give it a 10. Okay, generous. I'm going to give it a 9. It's the holiday season. We should be generous. Okay. Complexity. When I first tasted this, I kind of got tropical fruit notes or flavors. That would be complexity. Let's see if I get that again on that second blush, that second time. This is an easy drinker. Is it complex? Slightly. There might be a little bit of pineapple in there, like mandarin oranges from the can. Do you know what I mean? Just a tinge of that canned fruit. I know that sounds odd, but that's what I'm getting. Multiple distinctive flavors would be 7 or 8. I don't get that. I'm going to go with some flavors, a 6. Finish and length. The finish is good here. It has a nice, long, pleasing, mouth puckery finish. My mouth feels refreshed. It feels lifted. It feels hydrated. Nice finish. It's a long finish. And is it a beautiful finish that matches perfectly with the style? No, I'm not going to go that far, but I will give it an 8. That's nice finish added to the sensation. It certainly did do that. It earned that 8. Okay, I'm going to go do my math. All right, here are my final scores for our Spanish Macabeo. Aroma 9, acidity 8, balance 9, complexity 6, finish and length 8. Add those together, you get 40 points. Add that to 50, 90 points. A very interesting wine, a nice expression of what they call soft, easy drinkers in Spain. I like this. It's inoffensive. It is quaffable. Really, the chuggability factor here is quite nice. And that acidity, the winemaker did a good job of layering in that acidity. I think this would be an interesting wine for the cheese. So we'll see how that is tomorrow. Okay, if you've enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. What did you score this Macabeo? Do you like it? Is it your thing? Not your thing? Let me know in the comments. And until tomorrow, I say a tutti there and cheers.
Hello. Macabeo. I feel like that's familiar and yet I have no idea. Well, it smells good and it's pretty. Always good things. It does. It has a pretty luscious, fruity smell. Kind of a bigger mouthfeel. That's nice. It's smooth, but also has a good amount of acidity. That's pretty yummy. Cheers.